Okay, so how do you believe you first became infected with the parasite?
Well, I was a graduate student in North Carolina, and a bunch of us fellow graduate students were camping in a very remote setting, but yet one that's notorious for Giardiasis. So we knew to be really careful, so we filtered our water, we boiled our water, we chemically treated our water, we did everything, but one night I ran out of water and I wanted to brush my teeth, so I dipped my toothbrush in the water, rushing stream, looked fine, and 2 days later I knew I had acquired the parasite. And the parasite goes by the name, as you know, Giardia duodenalis. And the reason why I know that is because I had the runs out in a wilderness setting, which isn't the best time to have to go to the bathroom, as you all know. And I had to seek medical help.
All right, and how severe were your symptoms?
Well, they were quite severe, because the one thing about Giardia is that there's a whole range of pathological outcomes. And if you have a very severe one, which I had, your trip is over. And when you're on a week-long trip, you have to be really careful to not acquire this thing, because your trip is over. And so my trip was over. Nobody else got infected. And in terms of severity, it gets worse with each day. And it's because of the buildup of these trophozoites within my intestine. And so in terms of, it's kind of rude, but what it is first day I knew it was the runs, lasted all day, and you have to go to the bathroom about 5 times. And by the time I sought medical help, it was about 20 times in a day. So in a wilderness setting, it gets quite serious. And of course, in developing countries, this parasite can be quite devastating for this reason.
So do you have any advice for someone that would have been in the same situation that you wish you would have known at the time?
Well, I knew about the parasite at the time, and the Appalachian Trail where we were doing our hiking is a bad place for Giardiasis. That's why we were so careful. So that's why, especially as a parasitologist, I felt like a bit of a loser getting this thing. And so my advice, as I tell my students always, is never to drink untreated water out of any mountain stream or any body of water that hasn't been treated. And there's multiple ways of avoiding it by just being very careful with your drinking water, because it does ruin your bike trip or your canoe trip, or it's more of a nuisance parasite than one that's going to kill you, but a nuisance it is.
All right, and do you own the plush Giardia parasite toy?
Yes, I do, and I just happened to bring it with me.
Aww.
And isn't he cute and adorable with his nice flagella? This is the trophozoite stage, and this is what's called the adhesive disc that they use to attach to the villi of the intestine. So he might be cute and adorable, but it's not when you acquire an infection. And one of the most bizarre aspects of it, when I put my toothpaste in, I probably got one cyst. And that one cyst underwent massive replication and formed, literally, in my case, probably millions and millions of trophozoites. And that's what causes the severe diarrhea of Giardiasis.